Hi, my name is Dennis, and today I will be presenting my design proposal for my final presentation of Design Studio 5. For our final project, we are to propose a design which will be located in Salak South New Village, Kuala Lumpur. In this studio, our tasks are divided into Project 1, 2A, 2B, and 3. Okay, so let's just get started from my Project 1. Our assignment 1 is designed by researching, which helps us to able to link, connect, and circle the parts together. The studio developed the notion of tolerance as a measure of the articulation of physical details in architecture, as well as programmatically and in terms of the degree of fit of the architectural proposition into an existing urban context. After experiencing the site during site visiting, what fascinates me is the overall materials they use for the building element. So for project 1, I look into the material to implement it into my final project. These pictures of texture taken are the three main raw materials that the villagers mostly use around Salak South, which is wood, stone, and concrete. So now we are moving to my project 2. Our projects are divided into 2A and 2B. Project 2A is called Urban Strategy. Into that, interview sections are carried out towards the villager around Salak South. Questions were asked about their desire and needs. Based on my research, villagers seek for more activities within the area and for younger generations to come into Salak South. As a group of students, we were asked to create a group analysis composed of each element from the site and a site model with a scale of 1 to 1000. Now we are moving on to my individual urban strategy. As you can see in the diagram, this red and blue color shows the location of all the abandoned lots and vacant space in Salak South. So my strategy is to repurpose those lots in order to provide activities for the locals as well as attracting the outsiders into Salak South. In the diagram, I drew out the path to show the connections between those zones. So as you can see, I've divided those places into three zones to show the different types of programs in each zone. This is zone 1. This is zone 2. And lastly, zone 3. Now we are moving on to project 2B, which is building strategy. For my building strategy, Q&A sessions are carried out to ask the local about what do they want the most and what is lacking at the site. To summarize that, they are seeking for places to carry out more activities no matter is for local or not. As a further development of urban strategy into building strategy, I am implementing the materials from project 1 into my buildings to keep the site profile. As you can see in the diagram, most of the program will be used as the function of the main building, which allows me to carry on to my final project proposal. This is the picture of the site model I made to represent where the main site will be located on which supported by its intervention and the connections between these locations. Now we are moving on to assignment 3, which is identity versus locality. This is my initial design concept. My intention is to create a relaxation park, which is designed for everyone including locals and outsiders, in order for them to experience the beauty of the green away from the busy city life. Facilities are proposed such as library, food court, jogging track, and Airbnb. This picture shows my design development. As the library is my main building, This building is designed for the user who likes to read or study in a quiet place without any interruption. My target users for this design are the villagers and outsiders for all age. This design is inspired by book rats and trees as my site is in the middle of greeneries. This picture shows my building massing development and activity distribution throughout the building. But this initial design is not really acceptable and practical because all the activities will only end up in one single building which has no different from what it is in the city life. This is the initial site planning of my design proposal, which will later enhance my further development. Now we are moving on to my final design. This schedule of accommodation shows the information and the usage of each facilities on the proposed site. Welcome to the Salaksau Realization Park. This is the bird-eye view of the park. This is the site plan for my proposed building. As you can see, cars will enter and exit from the right side of your screen and drive through a shaded roadway leading to a park. This can give the drivers a calm and relaxing feeling while driving through the forest. The road will eventually lead to the car park. A walkway is provided leading to the main entrance of the building where people can sit and relax, enjoying the view of the man-made lake filled with aquatic life. Then, there is a stairs leading downward, which is the main library area. Generally, the site is filled with vegetation and greenery and it seems hidden away from the busy town and feel like it's in another secluded area. This is my ground floor plan. The ground floor consists of three main spaces, which is the library, cafe, and the living space, which is the accommodation building. First, the library main purpose is for those who enjoy reading. It consists of various book and interactive facility for the users to enjoy. The space also can be used for the users to study or do their individual work, typically targeted for students and teenagers. The next space is the cafe, which provides various local delights for the users to enjoy. Outsiders and also tourists can get to taste new traditional food of Salaxau. Next, in between the library and cafe, there is an outdoor deck where the users can sit and relax while enjoying the view of the lake. Also provided various activities such as feeding the fishes. Lastly, the living spaces consist of 6 units of Airbnb where the users can rent for the night if they want to stay there overnight. In between those buildings, there is an open common space where people can barbecue and interact with each other, creating a community. There is a pathway around the lake, and in between that can be used as a leisure pathway where the users can jog and some walking activities and spend time with friends and family. Moving to the first floor plan, there is another level of cafe which also can be transformed into a multi-purpose hall for small events. The entrance point for the main building is also located on this level. This is my front elevation. Left elevation. This is right elevation. As this building doesn't have real elevation because the back of the building is facing the contour of the site. This is section AA, which is stated on the floor plan as well. Now we are moving on to the exterior perspective of the building. This is the exterior perspective of the accommodation area, which is the Airbnb. This is the interior perspective of the library area, and as you can see the detail of the wooden framing and the structure of the building. This is the interior perspective of the inside of the cafe. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.